ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا أريد أن أتحدث بالعربية وتترجم ابنتي لكم بالإنجليزية.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. I'm gonna talk in Arabic, and my daughter-in-law is gonna translate everything for me.
Thank you for your assistance in translating, Samiha.
You're
MashaAllah.
welcome. You're welcome.
بداية رمضان كريم وكل عام وأنتم بخير وكل الأمة العربية والإسلامية بخير.
First of all, I want to say Ramadan Mubarak and happy Eid to all of you, to all of our people all around the world and nations.
يسعدني أن أكون اليوم على هذه المحطة ومع الإعلامية القديرة عائشة.
It honors me to be with you today and to be with you, Miss Aisha.
It's my honor indeed, Farehan. You know, after meeting you last year, I was so touched by your story. I was so grateful to you for taking me around Ramallah and showing me the various sites there and sharing your story with me. So I'd like to ask you, first of all, what have the events of the last few months in the West Bank been like for you as somebody living in Ramallah and in that West Bank? Because the media focus has, of course, largely been, and deservedly so, on the events in Gaza.
تحكي لك إنه كيف كانوا الأشهر الماضية في رمضان.
صحيح. طبعا ما قبل 7 أكتوبر ليس كما بعد 7 أكتوبر. كل الأمور تغيرت سواء في غزة أم في الضفة الغربية في رام الله.
Honestly, what happened before October 7th and what happened after October 7th is all very bombarding and very hard to believe. And
يعني يمر علينا هذا العام ورمضان الأول في التاريخ الذي لغاية الآن لم أذهب إلى المسجد الأقصى بسبب الحواجز الإسرائيلية التي تمنعنا من الوصول للصلاة في المسجد الأقصى.
And for the first time in years, I can't even go to the mosque in Jerusalem, the Aqsa Mosque, because of all of the Israeli borders and whatever they're doing, trying to stop us from moving anywhere after what happened in the 7th of October.
طبعا في ازدياد للحواجز والتنكيل بالمواطنين، كل هذا بعد 7 أكتوبر، حالة من الانتقام الغير مسبوقة.
Of course, this is all a part of their plan and their revenge for us for what has happened in the 7th of October in Gaza.
التنكيل بالمواطنين صغارا وكبارا، موضوع الأسرى أيضا يأخذ حيز كبير من هذه الحالة من الانتقام.
Even the martyrs, even the children, whatever they can do to make our life hard, even the West Bank, they're doing it.
الأسرى اليوم يعانون بشكل كبير في السجون من التنكيل، من خفض وجبات الطعام، من العزل الانفرادي، يمرون بأصعب حالات السجن منذ فترة طويلة.
Our prisoners, our Palestinian prisoners in the Israeli prisons, they are going through the most hardest times, even harder than how it was before the war. They're making the food less. They're being very, very cruel in many ways.
أيضا إذا تحدثنا عن الوضع الاقتصادي للمواطنين في الضفة الغربية كما الحال في غزة في رام الله، هناك الفقر الشديد الذي أصبح يعاني منه المواطنين بسبب طرد العمال من العمل في الداخل المحتل.
Also, even in the West Bank, we are having issues because they're getting revenge on us, even in the ways where our our Palestinian folks, they go and work for the Israelis, and most of them rely on that job, and they fired them all. Most of them, they don't want to help us in any way.
Yes,
و-
I believe they're importing workers from places like India now, so that the Palestinians in the West Bank are going to remain unemployed. That's part of their strategy, I understand.
Exactly.
أيضا نتحدث عن القوانين الطوارئ لدى دولة الاحتلال التي استخدموها في ما بعد 7 أكتوبر.
Also, I want to talk about the emergency laws that they have been using,
والتي تسمح باعتقال النساء الفلسطينيات في رام الله وفي الضفة وفي غزة.
that allows them to arrest and harass women in Gaza and in the West Bank.
والتنكيل بهن، ووصلت حد التحرش الجنسي في هذه الأسيرات.
Even it reached a point where they're sexually assaulting our women.
وهناك منظمات دولية وثقت العديد من حالات الاغتصاب والتحرش الجنسي في النساء الغزيات الذين اعتقلن ونقلن إلى الداخل المحتل.
And there are lots of assurances that there's lots of women from Gaza that have been sexually assaulted and raped while they are going to transfer them into the West Bank, from Gaza to the West Bank, or from Gaza to Israel.
كما
Yes.
تعاني المرأة المقدسية بشكل خاص من التنكيل وعدم وصولها إلى المسجد الأقصى. هناك المرابطات تعرضن للاعتقال والتنكيل.
Also, women have such a hard time to even reach the mosque in Jerusalem, the Aqsa Mosque, and the pain and the torture they have to go through just to like reach the mosque, which has never happened before in a very long time.
أيضا يتم التنكيل بطلبة المدارس المقدسيين الذين يسكنون خارج منطقة القدس الذي يفصلها الجدار والحواجز.
Also, there is lots of revenge and like they're torturing also the kids and people who live in Jerusalem, who go to schools. They're making it very hard for them to move around with the borders they put. They become late to school. Nobody can go anywhere. It's very hard.
Yes, I witnessed some of that last year already when I was there in Ramadan last year, Farehan, but I understand it's become much, much worse. As I told you when we met, just going through the Kalandia checkpoint made me think of apartheid in South Africa. And I believe that now, even last year in Ramadan, at least the Al-Aqsa Masjid was filled with women and young people and old people, because of course the men between the ages of about 18 and 40 were barred from coming in. But now I believe, as you've just said, that even the women are being harassed and stopped from coming in. And yes, the stories of the torture of women and the sexual abuse of women are really horrific and very ironic, considering that the occupation forces, the occupation government, lied about similar abuse against Israelis on October 7th and then were exposed. They lied in places like the New York Times and then were exposed by the subsequent investigations that this didn't really happen.
صحيح، يعني قبل 7 أكتوبر أكيد كان هناك ممارسات قمعية، ولكن زادت حدة هذه الممارسات بعد 7 أكتوبر.
Exactly, I am with you. Before 7th of October and even last year when you visited me, there has always been these issues and these borders and whatever we can say, but it increased in a way, in a horrific way.
يعني كان قبل 7 أكتوبر يسمح في رمضان لكبار السن من دخول مدينة القدس والصلاة في المسجد الأقصى، ولكن هذا العام لن يسمح إلا لمن هم فوق عمر 55 عاما وبشرط الحصول على تسريح.
Now it's getting more hard. Now they won't allow anybody in, either he's above the age of 55 and he has to have a permit.
والجمعة الفائتة هناك العديد من النساء والرجال كبار السن تم إرجاعهم عن حاجز قلنديا كما تعرفون.
And the last Friday, lots of women and men went on the borders of Colombia to go to the mosque, and they didn't let them in. They made them go back home.
أيضا عائشة هناك تقطيع لأوصال الوطن من الشمال إلى الجنوب، لا يمكن للمواطنين ولا يسمح لهم بحرية التنقل عبر المدن. هناك كنتونات لكل مدينة في حدة وعليها عدة حواجز. أمر التنقل صعب جدا.
Also, Aisha, it's very hard to get out of our little cities and like countrysides and whenever we need to get out of from Ramallah to Beit Lahem, it's hard. There's borders, we can't move easily, we can't, even if it's the West Bank areas, we can't move in between the West Bank areas easily. It's very hard.
I understand. That sounds horrific. And we'd really like to come back to this and also talk a little bit about Shadi's journey with her son when he was jailed for so many years. But we need to have a quick ad break and then we'll come back to you and continue the conversation, inshallah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Salam Media, your spiritual companion this Ramadan.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic Sharia and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Southern Africa Dawah Network is a non-profit organization striving to uplift the disadvantaged and empowering through education and dawah. Donate to the SADN centers, the M.A. Mutala Islamic Center, as well as our Islamic centers in Amoti, Imtalumi, Botshabelo and Castile. Donate your zakat and lillah today. Contact Farooq Sheikh 076 321 0650, Yusuf Mohammadi 072 259 3457, or the SADN head office 031 304 8000. Our account, Standard Bank, account number 050 856 294 for your zakat, or 050 879 790 for your lillah. Dawah through education, education through dawah, the Southern Africa Dawah Network.
This Ramadan, spread the love with Sunshine D margarine, the perfect addition to your seri table for spreading, baking and cooking. Sunshine D is rich in essential vitamin A, E and D and is the tastiest way to get their day or night started. Sunshine D. Tastes nice, no lies.
Abu Hurairah narrated that he heard the Prophet Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, say, in black seed, there is a healing for every disease except death. This Ramadan, experience the health benefits of this ancient blessed seed by using the Tib Black Seed range. Black seed assists the body to boost immunity, regulate blood sugar levels, reduce inflammation, and act as a potent antioxidant. Experience a holistic approach to health by introducing the Tib Black Seed range into your Ramadan routine. Available in capsules, pure cold-pressed oil, and a vapor rub. Trust Tib Health Sciences for quality black seed products. For more information, visit blackseed.co.za. Available at leading pharmacies.
Alhamdulillah. Muslims in South Africa finally have access to a fully Sharia-compliant emergency medical takaful and wellness product. As an industry first, Emergivac Sharia offers up to 575,000 Rand emergency medical cover at a private hospital for you and your family. Plus, you receive 24-hour access to private ambulance evacuation, 24-hour armed response services, roadside home, and even appliance assistance services. Emergivac Sharia offers you and your family priceless emergency medical cover at a fraction of the cost of traditional private healthcare. Simply download the Emergivac app and register online or SMS Sharia to 40777. Emergivac Sharia, for when serious emergencies require seriously fast response.
Are you looking for a cross-border road transport company that is committed in achieving high safety standards, who is fast and efficient, and also excel in customer service? Gardi Global specializes in cross-border transport from South Africa to Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Malawi. Gardi Global, situated at 10 Daniel Road, Benrose, Johannesburg. For inquiries, contact our trained staff on 011 614 3108 or email info@gardiglobal.co.za. Safe long haul into Africa is our business. Gardi Global Transport.
The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The best of you are those who feed others." This Ramadan, join Penny Appeal South Africa in changing lives through Feed Our World. Provide food packs, hot meals, and sustainable food gardens. Make it count. Visit www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573.
You are listening to Salam Media live from our headquarters in South Africa. This is Salam Media, keeping you company this Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back, listeners and viewers, to this edition of Salam Media News and Views on Salam Media with me, Aisha Kaji. We're currently talking to Farehan Farrah from Ramallah in the West Bank in Palestine. And Farehan, I'm going to ask you to finish the thought that you were holding on to just before the ad break. And then, inshallah, let's discuss the trauma that you went through as a mother during the incarceration of your son, and why you are then so fondly known in your community as Shadi.
بتقول لك إنه قبل ما تكملي كان كنت بدك تحكي إشي ندخل في شيء.
لا، كنت بدي أحكي عن حرية الرأي والنشر. بعد 7 أكتوبر كان في تقييد كبير من قبل الاحتلال على حرية النشر، وهناك كان في مخالفات وسجن لكل مواطن يعبر عن رأيه عبر مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي.
I just wanted to talk about how they are restricting us from even posting on social media, and whoever posts on social media, it turns a really bad way. They either imprison us, they either come to our houses, invade us. They're not letting us even, they're not giving us the right even to post on our social medias or anywhere.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a very severe curtailment of your freedom of expression. And I've also understood that many people are being threatened because of what they write or post on social media. So I hope, inshallah, that you are joining us today will not make it less safe for you. May Allah keep you and your family always safe and in afia, especially within these wonderful days of mercy of the first 10 days of Ramadan. Shadi, tell us a little bit about Shadi, why he was arrested, and how you had to deal with his arrest. We don't have too much time left, so let's try and unpack that a little, because many of our viewers are mothers and parents themselves.
يعني تجربة اعتقال شادي كانت من أقصى التجارب اللي مرت علي في حياتي.
When Shadi, my son, got arrested, it was one of the hardest experiences I have ever witnessed in my life.
وخصوصا إنه اعتقل وهو طفل بعمر 12 عام. لكم أن تتخيلوا حجم الألم وحجم الحزن الذي مر علينا كعائلة وعلي أنا بشكل خاص كأم.
And to imagine as a family and me as a mom, him getting imprisoned when he was such a young age, it was very, very hard for us.
3 سنوات قضاها شادي في المعتقل، وكانت تمر عليه العيد ورمضان داخل المعتقل، وكطفل يتحمل هذا الوجع وهذا الألم وحيدا في السجن. ليس من السهل.
He was imprisoned for 3 years exactly. And Ramadan and the Eids would come and go, and he was still in there. As a child, I can't imagine how he felt, what he went through. It was one of the hardest experiences for him also.
Yes,
يعني
I believe he was only 12 years old when he was imprisoned. And also, Shadi, you told me last year how the occupation government made it so difficult for you and others to visit their children who were incarcerated that they would deliberately place them in prisons far away where it was difficult for you to get to, etc. Tell us a little bit about that.
يقول لك إنه قديش كانوا يعملوا صعوبات وتحديات إنك توصلي لأولادك المسجونين أو
طبعا زيارة الأطفال السجناء أو السجناء بشكل عام، هذا من أصعب المراحل اللي بتمر فيها كثير من الصعوبات يتحملها الأهل والعبء والوصول. أيضا هناك كان عقوبات أحيانا على الأهالي من منع الزيارة، من منع إدخال بعض الملابس والطعام للأسرى. وهناك أيضا المدة التي يقضيها الأسير مع الأهل أثناء الزيارة هي فترة قصيرة جدا.
Yes, you are right. It was very, very difficult, and they still make it very difficult to visit anybody who's imprisoned in their prisons. They don't let us bring anything they need. They make it hard to give them clothes. They make it hard to give them any kind of any kind of anything they need, basically. And even the visiting time they give us with them, it's a very short period of time. And it's a very hard way of dealing with somebody of your, like, one of your loved ones being imprisoned, and having to fight to even sit with them for a few minutes or for a few extra minutes. That makes it very hard.
كما أيضا ممنوع إدخال الطعام اللي بحبه أو اللي بيشتهيه. هناك يقدم لهم وجبات سيئة جدا.
Also, they don't let us bring any kind of food for them, any kind of any kind of food. They don't let us bring it in, and they serve them the worst food you can even imagine.
وأيضا من الصعوبات اللي كنت أنا يعني بواجهها بشكل خاص إنه عند مرض شادي، وشادي كان يعاني من صعوبات في التنفس والجهاز التنفسي، فكان هناك لا يوجد علاج بالشكل الصحيح، فكان هذا الشيء يؤرقني دائما ويزعجني.
And one of the hardest difficulties for me as a mom with Shadi being in prison, he has problems breathing. He has asthma, and he can't really breathe well. And there wasn't any kind of healthy options or therapy options to make him not have a difficulty in how he breathes. And they didn't really care. They never care. And it was just a very hard thing for me, and I kept being very anxious and always thinking about him. And is he fine? Is he okay? Can he even breathe?
I'm sure that was a really big concern.
أصعب شعور أيضا عندما يعني في الأجواء الباردة كنت أشعر في البرد وبفكر في شادي إنه كيف بيكون وضعه الآن، ولأنه هم بيعطوهمش الغطاء الكافي
Also, when it was very cold outside, or it was snowing, or however the weather was, whenever it would get cold in winter, I would always worry about Shadi, because they don't really give them blankets. They don't really take care of them in any way. It's torture hell inside.
هناك العديد من التفاصيل المؤلمة إذا تحدثت عنها لن أكتفي بالحديث ويعني تثير الشجون.
And there are very other details that are very hard, and I can't even begin to count them. There's so many about how they imprison us and how they treat us, even the children.
It truly sounds horrific. I remember Shadi telling me that, sometimes she would travel for almost the whole day just to see her son for a few minutes, and that too only at very irregular intervals. So it really, it sounds like such a horrific thing. I'm sorry we don't have too much time left. So we're going to go again for an ad break before we take our next guest. But I want to thank you, my sister Farehan, and you, Samiha, for translating and for sharing your experiences with us. My aim, with conversations like this is to make my listeners and viewers here in South Africa and around the world see that the challenges that Palestinians like yourselves go through are challenges that they can and should identify with and continue to show solidarity with your struggles. So if you have any last words, we can proceed with them and then we'll go to an ad break. Thank you once again, Jazakallah khair, and may the rest of your Kareem be your rest of your Ramadan be a Kareem Ramadan, a blessed one and a peaceful one, inshallah.
شكرا عائشة، شكرا لكل شعوب جنوب أفريقيا على هذا اللقاء المميز.
Thank you. It was a pleasure for me to be with you today, and I thank you all from all over the world and from South Africa and from all the nations.
Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair, and may Allah be with you in these days of mercy, inshallah.